So I'm sitting here thinking about a phrase that the church used to use years ago. And we would say it's old or outdated. And nowadays we will probably call it a throwback. But I really think that we should return to this phrase. And it is, what would Jesus do? I remember even in that time, people were doing studies of the life of Jesus Christ, where we wanted to know, what would Jesus do? How would he handle certain situations? He is our great example. So we would look to him to know how to handle certain situations, how to maneuver just by his example. But I believe that we have been distracted. And because Christ is no longer our example, that means that we have shifted into a little bit of idolatry. We need to return back to Christ as the bride of Christ. And so what I'm seeing is a mishandling of the bride of Christ, even in relation to maybe a wife as well. If a husband saw that his wife had some shortcomings, some issues, she needed to come up in some areas, it shouldn't be where he would discredit her, make her feel bad about that, or even complain or gossip about the state that she's in. Jesus' example was this. He knew that the body of Christ would need some tools or resources to become what it needed to be. So guess what he did? He did not complain. He did not gossip. He gave the bride a gift. Isn't that just like God? To give us gifts even when we feel like we probably don't even deserve it. But guess what? Ephesians 4 said Christ gave to the church gifts, which was the apostle, the prophet, the pastor, the evangelist, and the teacher, to edify and build up the church so that the church can be who it needed to be, so that the church can be in its glorified state, so that the church can be matured. So let's stop saying the negative, and let's start putting things in place so that the bride and so that people can be ready. So we're no longer being judgmental. We're no longer focusing on the issue, but we are putting things in place to make people ready.